I think this is the perfect way to start off this headline, stating Quentin Tarantino has been murdered by Zach Woods. I'm going to guess this one is in reference to Tarantino's decision to call Paul Dano was it a weak male actor, wasn't it? Something like that.
He said weak sauce. He used the phrase weak sauce.
He's too old to be using that phrase.
It's like if your uncle turned around and said, I don't know, 6'7". I mean, he probably would. He probably would say 6'7", to be fair.
Keir Starmer was saying 6'7", wasn't he, in the school the other day? I saw a clip of that.
He was. Yeah. He was. What I do love is the clip of the Grinch at some theme park where the kids run up to him saying, 6'7", 6'7". And then he just goes, 8, 9. And they all start crying.
It's quite apt, actually, that of all the weeks for Tarantino to say this, he said this on the week of his re-release of Kill Bill, right? He's slagged off Paul Dano, basically. That's the scenario here. And people have come out of the woodwork to support him, which good on them.
Yeah. Paul Dano's a great actor. I don't know where he's plucked that hot take from. I bet he went to ChatGPT for a bit of inspiration, or he spoke to the Fortnite developers, seeing as they're his new best mates. And they've asked him, "Oh, what can I say, man, to get loads of clicks and get some publicity for my new film?" And they were like, "Oh, Paul Dano, remember him from the Batman film? Yeah, just call him out."
The Guardian's title is A Stiff Dose of Weak Sauce. Paul Dano's best films ranked. Yeah.
Darn right too. Not a film, that's just me saying that they should have done that. Hello and welcome back to Moving Up Podcast. It's episode 91 with your hosts, me, Adam Barlow.
And me, Alfie Walker.
Alfie, how are you doing, my friend? Long time no see. It's been a week, can you believe it?
It's been a whole week. You know what? I can believe it. It feels like, well, my Snapchat is broken, and Snapchat is, although we are the grand age of what, 20, oh my goodness, 26 and... what are you, 23?
22, sorry.
22, Jesus, adding ages on you there. Yeah, Snapchat is our main mode of communication, and my Snapchat's broken and it won't work. So I've kind of not been talking to you as much, which is horrible because you're like my go-to person who I message every single day. But yeah, been pretty dreadful, thanks. How have you been?
Oh no. Well, before you change the subject, can I just say, you took like a couple of days before you said your Snapchat was broken. So I was sending you memes. I was being like, oh, we could talk about this on the podcast. We could do this. We could do that. Not getting anything back. I was like, man, what have I done? I really took it personally.
Oh, no. Did you really?
A little bit, yeah. Thank God you kept the streaks going. Otherwise, that would have really led to a real full-blown breakdown. But yeah, goodness me. Other than that, I've been okay. You might be able to tell, listeners, I'm a little bit nasally. I've got the flu. I've got the cold that's going around. Radio Solent is just passing it around. It was the Christmas party last week, and that was a wild time. It was really great fun. And then I had the Bournemouth Uni Christmas party last night at time of recording. So I'm a super spreader. Sorry.
Patient zero over here.
Yeah. Oh, I hope not.
When we're all in lockdown again for the beginning of 2026, we know who to blame.
Yeah, this episode will be footnoted in a huge document that the government will then review 5 years after the fact.
Bit of a weird episode today. We haven't really got that much to review. We're getting to the end of the year and things have sort of wind down a bit. But I guess they haven't because we've got Avatar next week, which is huge, and then Marty Supreme the week after. But it's one of those off weeks where there's not a huge amount out. So, Adam Barlow, what are you going to review this week?
So this week I went to go and see Eternity, the new film starring Elizabeth Olsen, and I had a great time with it. So do stay tuned and hear what I thought of that. And Alfie, you've been watching a bit of Apple TV magic by all accounts. I've seen nothing but praise for this.
Yeah, so I've been watching Pluribus, which is the new show from Vince Gilligan, the mastermind behind Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And yeah, it's interesting. Been watching it every week. It's a weekly release, Apple TV, starring Rhea Seehorn, who's also in Better Call Saul. I can't wait to talk about it. Not loads to talk about. It's an interesting show, really good, but it's intriguing. So we're going to get onto that too.
Lovely stuff. Before we do, I know we've just spoken about Quentin Tarantino in the cold open there, but that was the big thing that I did on Monday. How can I forget? I was locked in a cinema for like 5.5 hours. So I saw Kill Bill, The Bloody Affair, or The Whole Bloody Affair rather, and it's basically Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 put together with a 15-minute intermission in the middle, so I had time to go out and get a chocolate tiffin, shoot me down. That's the high life, guys. That is the high life. And then it's also got a load of added extras. So I think it had an animated anime sequence in the first half, and it had the Fortnite sort of 8-minute spin-off at the end of like the Lost chapter. I didn't stick around for that because I can't lie, I was dying for the toilet. And also it's on YouTube, so I'll catch it at some point. I'm afraid I'm not here to do a review of the Fortnite edition that he's done. It's been pretty much slated by most people. I think from what I've seen, have you caught wind of this, Alf?
No, I've got absolutely no clue what you're going on about there, mate.
Okay, right, so context then. The new Fortnite season's out, and they've added the bride to, Uma Thurman's character is in the game. And it's sort of the first skin you get when you get the battle pass, which is pretty cool. And she's got some great emotes and all that stuff. But anyway, you get the point. It's regular Fortnite affair. And then you go and you see on YouTube and Instagram, they've been promoting this little short film that I think is animated fairly well. It looks pretty funky. It sort of takes you out of it, though, because it's got all the Fortnite characters in it. So Peely's in it, like the fish sticks guy is in it, and all the different wacky characters, whereas Kill Bill is, I mean, I went into it not knowing much about it at all. It's much sillier than I thought it was going to be, I've got to say, especially the second part, with like the whole training sequence, like in the Aztec temple. What's all that going on? That really caught me off guard, I've got to say. But I absolutely loved it. It was really great fun. And yeah, this Fortnite Lost chapter was tagged on the end of the film as though it's canon. I mean, I think it is canon. It's been confirmed. So, yeah, it's really strange that Quentin Tarantino, who is so critical sometimes of the state of cinema, has been like, okay, I'm going to cash in with Fortnite. I'm going to realise this vision that I lost and do it in Fortnite. It's really bizarre.
I mean, yeah, people have been begging for him to do Kill Bill Part 3. That has always been an ask. And he's always said, is it 10 films? He's always said, I'm only going to do 10 films. And he got to 9 and he said, right, I'm going to do, what's it called? The Movie Critic or something like that, isn't it? And then he scrapped that entire film and people have still been like, oh my God, maybe it's time for him to do Kill Bill 3, because people often count Kill Bill 1 and 2 as one film in his big list. So people are like, he could still do a 10th film and then go back and do Kill Bill 3. But no, I'm really glad he's decided, no, you know what, I'll just do an animated cash-in on Fortnite. I think it's really quite poignant of him, someone who's regarded as so sort of high up in the world of fine cinema and these legendary films. Really quite brave of him to do that, I think.
Yeah. It is brave, yeah, objectively, yeah, for sure. Again, I haven't seen it, so I can't comment on the quality of the actual full thing. I can just say from screenshots and the occasional little clip that I've seen on social media, looks all right. It's just such a strange
choice
scenario, such a strange reality that we're living in. And some people have said, look, after Paul Dano and just the very fact that you've cashed in with Fortnite here, this is your 10th film, mate. Sit back and take a rest. Yeah. Red card.
Valid, not going to lie. All the weird stuff he said before, the way he acts. Yeah, I think we've had enough of him.
So many feet shots in this film as well.
This film is the absolute worst for it. The whole scene in the hospital in part 1 with the guy. Yeah, like that's insane.
Wiggle your toes, all that stuff. Oh my goodness, Quentin. Come on, mate. Crikey. Just not a fun time at all. But no, Kill Bill hot take is very creative and lots of fun. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. I think it might be my favourite of the ones I've seen so far, though.
I think it's the most. Is it the most fun? I think you're right about it being maybe the most goofy. I know they've all got sort of elements to them that make them quite surrealist. Like even in Glorious Bastards, you got the whole like thing where they skin the Nazis' scalps and just like stuff that just takes it a level too far, and that's obviously the quality to them and makes them memorable and enjoyable. But I think Kill Bill's maybe the one where it's like he just went for it, didn't he? Balls for the walls. And I mean, the biggest news in the world of this, the world of, we do a whole podcast on film and TV, so we simply have to talk about this. And we at the beginning of this episode we went, should we talk about this? And we went, yeah, we need to, because it's like could be the end of Hollywood. Netflix gonna buy Warner Bros potentially. Like, what the hell?
I mean, we live in an age of monopolies, don't we? We really do. I mean, Disney acquiring things left, right and centre. I think, was it this year even or last year that Paramount took over Skydance? I mean, it's all kicking off, isn't it? And I know Warner Brothers has been in a sticky situation for a while. I mean, so is Netflix though, so I don't know where they pulled this money out from. I mean, just last year or earlier this year even, they were saying, oh, can you stop sharing your passwords, guys, please? We need that money. We need that money, actually, because our pockets, they're empty. Well, they're not so empty anymore, mate, are they? Because you've just bought Warner Brothers, or you're at least trying to.
Well, that's where they've pulled all this money from. They've made us all pay for extra subscriptions, and now they're buying a different company.
Well, yeah, that must be it, absolutely. Kind of out of pocket, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it at all. People have been very negative about it online, and I think it's hard to look at it any other way, really, unless you're a huge fan of streaming. I remember having a conversation at uni when I was doing my project about cinemas versus streaming, and I did a little impromptu survey of people in that room at that time, and I said, who's been to the cinema in the last 6 months? And I was quite amazed. It was only like 2 or 3 out of maybe 20 people that were there. I don't know if you remember this, Alf, but and I then spoke to some of the people around the class in our uni course, and they said, yeah, I actually don't like the cinema. I prefer watching it at home, which I just find crazy. I mean, I know we're not the most objective people in this conversation, given that we have a film podcast and we go to the cinema as and when we can. But yeah, it just really amazed me that that's not something that every family does.
Yeah, to me, it's always been, I mean, of course it's been, we're doing, like you said, we're doing a podcast on film, but it's always been like a crucial part of my childhood, going to the cinema, watching these films, watching them at home, looking forward to them, going to the cinema multiple times, going with family, going with friends. It's what is clearly like crafted us into like absolutely loving it. And it's weird, like you say, to hear people like celebrate at the thought of Netflix taking over a company. I saw so many tweets being like, to be honest, they might have been like AI bots, but I did see quite a lot being like, wow, I can't wait for this. This means we're going to get films like every year consistently. Like, yeah, because they're just going to be pumping them out and they're going to be horrible. Like the properties that Warner Bros. Hold, right? So we've got all of the DC comic stuff. We've got Harry Potter, which is really interesting because if Netflix buy Harry Potter, if they get the rights to that, what's happening to this show on HBO? That's wild. This show that's meant to run for 9 years and they've just started filming. What happens to that? Yeah, Fantastic Beasts, obviously, same thing as Harry Potter. We've got all the like Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, that kind of stuff. We've got Lord of the Rings. We've got The Matrix. We've got the like Conjuring. We've got, what else have we got? They go Wonka. That was Warner Bros., wasn't it? Middle Earth, the Lego films. Apparently TT Games, the creator of the Lego games, that's owned by Warner Bros. As well. The endless properties that Netflix would consume, it is such a worry. And haven't Paramount put in a new bid to try outbid them, I believe?
Yes, I think you're right. I mean, it's really developing as we speak even, so it's so difficult to come up with a sort of concrete statement of how we feel about it really, but I guess time will tell. I know Christopher Nolan, Spielberg, all the big hitters in Hollywood, they've sort of spoken out against it, saying this is really bad news, and it's hard not to back those guys when they're such brilliant auteurs at what they do. So we'll see. It's not going to come into fruition, if it happens at all, until next year. That's when the deal will go through officially. So we've got a little while yet, and hopefully that SAG and all the groups in Hollywood might be able to sort of gang up against it and stop this from happening, because as we all know, competition breeds
Innovation.
Innovation, yeah, exactly that. So we need someone to rival Netflix, otherwise we're just going to have them doing, let's be honest, what they've been doing for the last 8-9 years, but with even more gusto, and no one can stop them. So yeah, it's a shame, but we'll see how it all goes, and keep listening to Moving Up podcast for all the updates as and when they happen.
I have heard very little about this film other than the name of it and that it stars Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, and I believe Oscar winner, star of The Holdovers, Davine Joy Randolph, right?
Yeah.
But I don't really know anything about this film, Adam. I've seen zero marketing. I've heard very little chit-chat. I don't think it's really showing in the screening by me. Take it away. This is Eternity, right?
Yeah, so it's an A24 film, and as you said, Miles Teller, Elizabeth Olsen, Callum Turner in there as well, and Davine Joy Randolph. Also John Early in a pretty big role too. It's the rom-com trio that I think we all expected Materialists to be. So I'm glad to say I had a very good time with this film, and I would recommend it. If there is a screening near you, do go and check this out. You could, I don't want to be that guy, but you probably could wait to see it on streaming, but given what we've just spoken about, go out and support your local cinema. Thanks, guys. Not a brand deal, but just something I feel passionate about. And this film deserves your money, I think. It's a good time. So it stars, as you said, Elizabeth Olsen as the main lady, front and centre. She plays a character called Joan, who passes away at the beginning of the film of cancer, and she is then met in the afterlife by Callum Turner, who is Luke, who was her first husband, who died in a war. And then you've got Miles Teller playing Larry, who is the man that she met afterwards and spent the rest of her life with. So they died in their old age, sort of 80, 90 years old. They were together for over 50 years. And you've basically got a huge reset, and she's got to pick what afterlife she wants for eternity, as the title suggests. So you cannot remake this decision. They're very strict about it in the film. People get hunted down, and it's kind of like a low-key TVA-esque setup where it's sort of charming, a little bit quirky. Everyone dies, they all go there, and you go to this big sort of convention basically where everyone's trying to flog you, like, oh, come to the Christian afterlife, oh, come to the lads afterlife where it's just mates and guys doing laddie stuff, oh, come to the no men allowed afterlife, come to the clown afterlife, which is now discontinued. Like, there's absolutely any possibility. One of the funniest ones as well, I won't give away all the jokes, but there's one that was 1930s Germany, and it said with 100% less Nazis, which is so random. I love it. And it's just really playful throughout the whole thing, with the set design, with the whole whimsical score of it. That really adds to it as well. So props to the guys behind the music of this. And it's directed by David Frayne, a director I've not heard of before. I think he's done a few other sort of mid to low budget projects, but this is a real promising piece of work. I thought it was just really funny and really smart. It knows what it's playing up to. You kind of can tell exactly where the film's going to go. There's a couple of plot twists in there, I suppose, that might catch you off guard. I think one of them did, but then after that I was like, okay, well, it's going to end like this then. And you can sort of feel your way through it. But it's a really cool concept, and you can't help but put yourself in, Elizabeth Olsen's shoes in this film. So she has the choice between her first love that died and she never really got to see where that could have gone, or the guy that she grew old with and has bickered with and sort of knows inside and out, but he's a bit of a grump. He's a bit safe, if that makes sense. So it's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go for a sort of sparky, fiery relationship for the rest of your life, or afterlife rather? Or do you want to stick with what you know? And it's that emotional tug of war. And then you've got, as you said, Davine Joy Randolph and John Early, who are playing these afterlife coordinators, whose job it is basically to do the admin and be like, well, have a look at this possibility. And they're just there to guide you through the afterlife. and they play it brilliantly. They are also coupled up in this film, which is just really silly. There's like pubs in the afterlife. There's you can get a job, and the whole point is Callum Turner, Luke's character, has waited for 70 years after he died for Elizabeth Olsen to join him. So you've got that real, like, he seems perfect on all fronts. He's like, oh, well, I've waited 70 years for you. And then you've got Larry, who's just sort of expecting Joan to go along with him. Like, come on, I've booked this beach one for us. Let's go and do the beach afterlife. And it's just, it's kind of kooky. It's about an hour and 50, I want to say. So not too long. It perhaps could have shaved off 15 minutes here or there. But overall, I really had a good time with it. And it's a shame, as you said, it's had a smaller release. But everyone understands the assignment. It's really funny. It will hit you in the feels just with the very fact that this is all about death and love. You know, it's about the big sweeping themes of life that everyone can relate to. And even like the opening sequence, it just starts with an older version of Elizabeth Olsen and Miles Teller in the car driving along. And like loads of things happen that almost kill them on the way to this party. And then the thing that finishes him off in quite like a dramatic scene is Larry is eating pretzels and then just chokes on one and then passes out at a birthday party. At a gender reveal party, that's what it is. Because they're bickering about how dangerous those things are. And then sure enough, later on in the film, there's a bit of payoff where they meet someone who died at a gender reveal party. And it's really well thought out. There's moments in the afterlife where they can go through this sort of nostalgia corridor that just stretches on forever, and you keep going through, and there's loads of vignettes of moments of your life where it's acted out by humans, but the background's all sort of painted and cardboard and stuff, and it's like a stage play. It's just all really quirky. I thought the set design was fun, and yeah, I really liked it. It's a bit schmaltzy, of course it is. It's going to be. It's perhaps a little bit predictable, as I say, but man, there's not enough rom-coms like this. And if you like things, you know, like Netflix's The Good Place, like Loki on Disney Plus, that kind of thing where it takes a very nostalgic setting, like a 70s kind of vibe, but then applies it to, you know, something so sweeping and grand as death. I just find that interesting. It's weird that that's a subgenre now, isn't it? Why is there so many projects doing that? But clearly there's an audience for it, and I think this is a good entry into that subgenre, if we're going to call it that.
I think, to be honest, from all of this, what I'm getting is that we're going to do Big Question a bit, but what Big Question should have been this week is, would you pick Callum Turner or would you pick Miles Teller? That's what our big question should have been this week.
Turner or Teller, yeah.
Teller, I barely even know her.
Turner, I barely even know her. Oh dear. Cut that out. No, I think I'd go for Miles Teller. I don't know if that's an unpopular decision. Certainly the people that I've messaged on in the film sphere have all been Callum Turner team, but
I think I'd be Team Turner, I think.
Yeah. I just think Miles Teller is perhaps a bit funnier, but I don't know.
Maybe. I think Ep91 are really weird with these kind of films because they just don't, some of them just don't get big releases, do they? And I couldn't tell you why. Like, why has this not got a bigger release? It sounds really fun. Like I said, I had no clue about it. I didn't know what it was other than a couple of the cast members. I didn't really know anything about it, but the way you've explained it and what you said, it sounds like a fun, quirky kind of kitsch film, and I don't know why sometimes their films just don't get the publicity. Like, how is it beneficial to them to make these films and cast these huge stars? Like, the three main cast here are mega. How is it not worth their while to promote it more and try to get a bit more money out of it?
Yeah, it's strange, but there we are. I've sung its praises, so hopefully if you're listening to this, go out, go and see it, and get in touch. Let us know what you think of it. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, we want to hear from you. So I've been watching
Pluribus. It's a weekly release on Apple TV, which, in my opinion, is the best streaming service available for your hard-earned money. Apple TV is by far producing the most original and creative and visually stunning TV compared to Netflix, Disney, Prime. I don't have Paramount Plus, so I don't know about Paramount, but Apple TV, I don't know, I guess they can afford to because they're selling products, aren't they? That's how they manage to do it. But The Morning Show is an excellent journalistic show, quite drama-y, a little bit cringy at times, but it's a real good watch. You've got Slow Horses. Absolutely amazing. It's so well written and so well acted. Every season of that is great. And they're currently filming like season 9 of Slow Horses and currently season 4 released. Like they're far ahead. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
What else have I watched on Apple TV? I'm such a huge fan of. And yeah, Pluribus is the new show from Vince Gilligan, who wrote and I think directed some of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and then El Camino, the Breaking Bad film as well. This stars Rhea Seehorn, who is she's sort of like the secondary character in Better Call Saul, and so she's given her moment to shine in this. It is a sci-fi / dark comedy, black comedy. It's so well written and shot. It is beautiful. It's so signature to him. All of the shots could be from Breaking Bad. Just the creativeness of the way stuff's filmed and the long pauses and the way it looks. It's set in the same place as Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. It's set in Albuquerque. Like I said, it stars Rhea Seehorn, and you've got her in a world where she is miserable. She is quite a famed writer. She's got like a sort of like a fantasy love set of books. Is it Crown of Roses? What's that?
Oh yeah. Crown of Courts and Thorns.
Crown of Courts and Thorns. Yeah, that's it. It's sort of like that. It's a bit sort of a little bit smutty, like women reading it, and she is clearly not happy with the way she's happy with her life, I guess, but not a happy person. She's miserable and she's got sarky comments and she's sort of grimacing over everything. And one day, basically, the whole world disappears. An alien virus seems to come down from space and everyone's there, but they are now all one person and they have a shared collective memory, and she is the only person left on Earth. And this alien virus who has taken over everyone on Earth is there to, well, we don't know yet, to be honest. But I don't want to spoil it. I'm treading really carefully because the reveals are excellent. You don't know what they're after, but you just know that they can't hurt her. For some reason, she won't become this alien central. She won't become involved in them. She's her own independent thing. They can't hurt her, and they will do absolutely anything to keep her happy until they find a way to turn her into them. And yeah, that's really the first episode. That's all you get. That's quite early on, and every single episode you just get a new sort of plot development, and it's quite slow. If you're going into this thinking, I need some like action, or I need some sort of fast-paced stuff, it's not the show for you. You're purely here for the writing and Rhea Seehorn's acting, because she truly is good in this. You see her slowly find out who this alien virus is, who these people are, why they've been so nice to her, and she slowly finds out that actually, okay, there's 12 people, I think it's 12 over the entire world, who are still normal, and this alien is working towards controlling all of them. But in the meantime, they're keeping her happy, giving her what I want. She asks for a nuclear bomb at one point, and they're like, okay, we'll deliver you a nuclear bomb. They will do anything, and it's just so refreshing. It's so new. I don't think you couldn't think this plot up anyway. I think it's just so original and different. It's visually really quirky, wonderfully shot. It's unique. The style is there. You can tell it's by Vince Gilligan. It's got that signature style that has made him kind of so famous. But I can't sing its praises enough. It's sort of like a mystery, and we're at about episode 6 now, and the reveals keep getting better. There's a reveal at, I think, the episode 5, the cliffhanger, and you're like, oh my God, this is getting good now. Like, I need that next episode. Next episode comes along. Kind of predictable what it was, not going to lie, but no, it's spot on. And every time you get a new episode, it's really engaging. And it just leaves me wanting more every single time, which is such a great thing to have with TV, which I don't think we get much anymore. I just watched Stranger Things season 5, and we have the first, 4 episodes all out in one go, and you binge it, and you almost kind of forget about it immediately. I think it's a real shame that these shows are just, they're binge watch now. They just release the whole thing and you watch it all and forget about it within a week. This is such a perfect show to just slowly develop the plot, reveal new things all the time. Yeah, I can't recommend this one enough. You've got so many people singing its praises. Like, I think Hideo Kojima was singing its praises on Twitter the other day. It's just so random. The people are loving this, and I couldn't be behind it more if I tried.
That sounds really great. I mean, yeah, as I said earlier in the podcast, that I've heard nothing but praise for this show, and the fact that I don't know anything about it, and like everyone's just been saying you have to watch it, I'm not going to tell you anything about it. Like, people have really been keeping it close to their chests, which is sort of a lovely thing, because it means it's just sitting in this pocket of people that have seen it. I feel like I'm the hive mind, and the people that have seen it are the folks that haven't been told. Yeah. So maybe that's what's going on. It's all a documentary. But no, I'm really glad that you've enjoyed that as much as you have, because that'd be rubbish, wouldn't it, if the creator of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul has just all of a sudden lost his magic touch. But yeah, it's great that it's so unique and different to those other shows as well.
Yeah, unique is just the perfect word. It's so original. I just don't know how you think up a plot like this and write about it. And apparently he's written 4 seasons worth, so the material's there to do 4 seasons. So I presume it's not going to obviously reveal everything this season. It's a proper character study on her character. She really is the only character in the whole thing. You've got, because they're like a hive mind, every single episode you just have new people show up, and they're the same character because they're this one sort of consciousness, but they're different people. There's loads of cameos. There's an excellent cameo in the previous episode, and they're just playing themselves. It's a very huge celebrity, and they're just playing themselves. Like, they're just there because they're part of the hive mind now. It's so good. Rhea Seehorn really is excellent. She's great in Better Call Saul. She's probably, she's like the best part of Better Call Saul. She's really good. I'm so glad she's got a moment to shine in this, because I think this might be something that really proper puts her name out there and gets her sort of as well known as other people are, like Bryan Cranston and that kind of thing. I think this is the thing that's going to project her a bit more. It's time for everyone's favourite recurring segment. It's Kane's the Seraphim. Big question.
Yay, it's back. Woohoo.
It's back.
Remember this one?
Popular demand.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. It required about 30 seconds of thought each week, hence we've brought it back. It also takes 30 seconds to forget it, so that's why we ignored it for a month. Yeah.
You'll see this one again in the new year, because we'll forget again over Christmas.
Oh man, I'll wake up in a cold sweat, be like, the big question. What's the meaning of life? Callum Turner or the other one?
Put them on the A-list star. Put them on the A-list star. Yeah. Hello, kitchen gun. Thank you, kitchen gun. Yeah. Did I ask you though? Hello, my name's Michael Caine.
Right. Cabinet of Curiosities, anyone? Come on. There's one fan out there. Someone remembers. Right, this week's big question was, it's not Christmas until ... I've watched fill in the blank. You get the idea. What's your favourite Christmas film, basically? So we had some good responses. No, this is a really serious segment, Alfie. We've got to take this seriously because people want to know the response.
They want to know. We are the big voices who represent Santa Claus and Jesus H. Christ. So Josh Brooker could call us that in the next email. He could call us Santa Claus and Jesus H. Christ. So
yeah, what does the H? This is such a tangent. What does the H stand for? Do you know?
I don't know. No clue. Should I Google it? I'll do it live on air. I'll have a Google while you read out the big question.
All right. So, yeah, what's your favourite Christmas film? And we got a lot of responses. So Raf and Jess, they both said Love Actually, a classic. Did you rewatch this recently, Love Actually?
I did. I popped over my parents' house on a what was that? A Friday night, I think it was, Friday or Saturday night, and they had it on. It had only just started, so I caught almost all of it. It's aged. I think we said this last year. It's aged. I find the Mr. Bean, the Rowan Atkinson bit, really cringy. Yeah. And there's some jokes in there that I don't think you'd get away with anymore. But it's still very good. It's proper classic. I do agree.
The bit I think we always let slide, I mean, is it Andrew Lincoln, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He, obviously with the card scene, that's already sort of been slated. But the bit that really does, crush my walnuts, that's a phrase, is when he does the really dramatic spin and falls to the ground when some emo music's playing just after he sort of bottled it with the girl, with Keira Knightley, and he's like, oh, and he's sort of turning around like, no, and then he says enough to himself. Like that whole sequence is like, do you need to see a counsellor, my friend, because you're going through it.
When we were watching it, me and my mum were having the exact same comments about the exact same scene. So as it was going on, we were like, every time Alan Rickman's A Fair Lady pops up, we just both go, slut. Just mumble that under our breath. And then and then when you have I can't remember his name, but the sort of nerdy IT guy at the office party who then goes home with the lady, and then he sort of looks quite, he's not like, he doesn't look great looking. He's sort of like, oh, he's clearly all right. But then he gets home and then he takes his glasses off and it's like a Clark Kent to Superman type thing. And he becomes the most handsome man you've ever seen in your entire life. He goes from this sort of nerdy guy to like an insanely good looking man just by taking his glasses off. It's kind of mad. Carl, that's his name, Carl.
Oh, and who can forget Chris Marshall as the king of shagging or whatever he calls himself. Colin. Oh my goodness. What of all the characters in that film, like, they're all a bit pathetic in their own way, but Colin, my goodness me. Wow. Yeah. I know we started by saying, yeah, classic, great film, but we have just taken it and torn it to shreds. Anyway, other people's favourites, you'll enjoy this one, another film you've watched recently, The Holdovers, that was put in by M.
Yeah, absolutely. It is instantly Christmas classic. I adore it. The more times I've watched it, the more I've loved it. I think it's interesting because you said about how you tried to make your family watch it last year and they didn't sort of get it. And my family watched it last year and I think they didn't mind it, but they just didn't get it the way I think it's so poignant. I think it's such a great film. It's genuinely up there as like top films of all time for me, let alone best Christmas film.
I 100% agree. I'm kind of stuck when I'm describing why I love it so much, because on the face of it, it's sort of quite schmaltzy. It's a bit run of the mill, dare I say, but it's just so, I love that they went through the effort of setting it in the 70s and having that grain and the crackliness of the audio and the production design, the acting in it. They all feel real, even though Paul Giamatti's a huge star. And, it's what a brilliant new coming role from Dominic Sessa. It's just, that's one for the history books, honestly. And as you say, every time you watch it, it gets better and better. And I just love spending time in that world with those characters. And if I was to be a holdover, I hope to goodness that I would be a holdover at that school, because it looks like a superb time.
Yeah, it's something about just the way it progresses from him being so sort of like a codgery old man, proper by the book, stiff, and then he just slowly realizes like, oh no, wait, I need to ease up, and they end up like literally becoming friends. And the whole bit where they lie to his like old uni friend and they make up this whole story, and the bit in the restaurant I adore with the Cherries Jubilee and Davine Joy Randall when she's like, bitch. She walks off. It's so well timed. It's proper good. I love it so much.
The scene as well at the party where they get invited along and Dominic Sess is trying to hit on the girl and you're like, oh, he's going to score, and then you have that gut-wrenching scene of Davine Joy Randolph in the kitchen, just clearly, really drunk, just cannot deal with her emotions at all. That just feels so viscerally raw and guttural to me. Like, it's so brilliantly acted. Great film. We've also got, again, we're going through all the top tier films here. Of course, Muppets Christmas Carol. That was from Vern and Pip. Yeah.
Straight up. It's my favourite Christmas film. I love The Holdovers. Holdovers is a better film than Muppets Christmas Carol, but Christmas film, my God. Muppets. Already watched it once with Lenny. Cannot wait to watch it 10 more times this season. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's a delight for sure. We had from David, he put in David Mascott, by the way, ex-law, a law teacher, but our ex-law lecturer. He said, It's a Wonderful Life and Gremlins.
Gremlins, yes. Have you seen Gremlins?
No, it's on my list this year. I tried to catch it last year, ran out of time because of overtime, so definitely at the top of my list this year to catch, yeah.
I'm going to watch that tonight.
Go for it.
Cheers, David.
We had Home Alone from BBC South Today's Sarah Farmer.
Solid, yeah. It's classic. I think maybe I've watched it a little bit too much.
Sure. I watched Home Alone 2 this week for the first time, and it actually irritated me. I think Kevin is unstoppable, and I actually think he's a bit of a sadist. I didn't like him at all in this second film. He's really condescending to the old bird lady, who does look like Piers Morgan and Stephen Fry.
I knew you were going to say that.
She's really lovely, and she's saying like, "Oh, I fell in love once, and then I closed my heart off to it because I was scared of being left alone. Oh, Kevin, oh, you're so lovely, Kevin." And she's there, with some vague Irish accent for the whole film, being all cute, looking after the birds, as I do on the daily. And,
what, the stray ones in the park?
Yeah. And it's just a really condescending way. It's like, "Oh, well, I got some shoes the other day and I didn't wear them." Like, yeah, mate, that's not the same.
You're missing the point, Kevin. You're missing the point.
You little brat. I'll tell you what, I'd be deliberately leaving it at home. Social services, if you heard that. No, you didn't. Die Hard on the list as well. That got a few shout-outs too, of course. I'm yet to see Die Hard 3. I know that's not a Christmas film, but
it is my favourite Die Hard.
Praises, yeah. And then I'll finish with these two, coming in with two left field choices that I didn't even consider. I've not seen Tangerine, but he mentioned that. And In Bruges, which I forgot was set at Christmas. It's not the most festive or fun of films, but hey, if you've got to watch that every year, then you do you. Well, I mean, thank you for getting in touch and getting involved. In Bruges is such a bold shout. Great movie, but as I say, it's not going to put you in a good mood, is it?
Well, yeah, if we're counting Die Hard as a Christmas film, which I watched Die Hard 2 nights ago, and I get the whole debate, and it's a fun debate to have. It's not a Christmas film. Like, there's barely any Christmas in it. So yeah, you could say In Bruges was a Christmas film. And then what was the other one? Tangerine.
Oh yeah, so this is by Sean Baker, a 2015 film. Yeah, I've not seen it. I didn't know it was a Christmas film, or set at Christmas anyway. Yeah, interesting. I don't know anything about it. What does it say? What does Google say? Let's ask them. It follows a transgender sex worker as she discovers that her boyfriend, who's also her pimp, has been cheating on her. Oh, fair enough. Is that? I don't see where the festive vibes come from, but okay. We'll have to check it out. I mean, if it's by Sean Baker, Oscar-winning director, it's got to be good, right?
Very true. People have been sharing his Oscar speech so much since this whole Netflix news where he's like, we fell in love with cinema at the cinema. Go support your cinema. I've seen that doing the absolute rounds on Twitter and TikTok over the past week.
Yeah. Well, there we go. So those are the responses to the big question this week. Thank you to everyone who got involved.
If you'd like to get involved, just like Josh does sometimes, just like Jenna does sometimes, just like Lenny does sometimes, please do. You can email in. It's hello@movingup.com. We would love to hear about your favourite Christmas films, about what films you've seen recently, anything like that. We just love a bit of communication. It makes our day. It gives us something to end the podcast on a nice note. So yeah, once again, it's hello@movingup.com.
You can also get in touch by going to our social media pages, Instagram and TikTok. The handles for both of those platforms are @MovieOnUp.
Cheers, Adam Barlow. I think we've done a fine job there. What are you reviewing next week? We literally spoke about it a minute ago. Don't do that face to me over FaceTime. Avatar.
No, that's not. That's the week after.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, you're right. So I was going to review Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's got like 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
I've got a busy week of Christmas overtime, but there are two fairly promising comedies, I want to say. There's Fuckham Hall.
I'm sorry?
Which is Fuckham Hall.
Pardon?
It's meant to be like a... I'm not saying it again. It's meant to be a sort of piss take of Downton Abbey and sort of Airplane mixed together, basically. It's written by, I believe, Jimmy Carr of, that one. And then there's another film, another comedy, starring, by the looks of it, hang on, this cast is stacked. I don't know anything about this, but it's called Ella McKay, stars Albert Brooks, I guess so, Ayo Edebiri, Jamie Lee Curtis, Kumail Nanjiani, and Emma Mackey.
Jesus, that's stacked, isn't it?
Wowcher. That looks really good. Yeah, I don't know what it's about. Oh, and Woody Harrelson, did I mention?
Yeah, and Jack Lowden as well. My God, that's an insane cast.
Where's this come from?
I haven't heard anything about this.
Wow, okay, yeah. Fingers crossed we can cover it next week, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, craziness. It's all kicking off, isn't it? The comedies are back, and I'm glad to see it.
The comedies are back. It's good to see. And then, as we said at the beginning, we've got, obviously it's going to be a bit of a mixed one as we go over Christmas. We've got Avatar to review in a couple of weeks. Then we've got Marty Supreme coming out really soon as well, which we'd have loved to have gone to the press screening of, but we unfortunately weren't invited. So if you're listening, anyone...
Anyone with any power.
Please.
In central London, please.
Mason, throw our name about a bit, please.
I'm on my knees here.
I want to do this as a job. I can't go and do taxes anymore, please.
That's only so long I can spend in a freezer out the back of a warehouse in a retail store.
Well, the Spotify stats were good, so you never know. Might go somewhere. So yeah, all that to look forward to over the next couple of weeks, over Christmas. Some exciting stuff, so keep your ears peeled.